From the campus of Bradley University and the footprint of the former Robertson Memorial Fieldhouse, where there have been so many great IHSA battles over the years, we're here at Renaissance Coliseum for a 3A sectional semifinal matchup between the Peoria Manual Rams and the Rock Island Rocks. We welcome you inside Renaissance Coliseum alongside John Camosa. That's Larry Larson in with you. And John, this is a matchup of a 2020 sectional semifinal. Manual dominated that one, but this year it's the Rocks who might be favored as a #1 seed.
Yeah, definitely on paper, the Rocks coming in as the #1 seed, Manual coming in as a 7th seed after an upset win against Peoria Notre Dame last week. So we're looking at a good game here. Manual looking to come out and make a statement.
The Rock Island Rocks get to Renaissance Coliseum by virtue of winning their home regional, which they tore through with the big help of Marion Nimmers.
Yeah, Marion Nimmers has been so dominant for Rock Island this season, averaging 22 points, shooting 56% from the field. He's an Eastern Illinois recruit, so he's going to be a player to keep an eye on tonight.
As for the Manual Rams, they were led by Justin Page in the regional final against PND, but they got a lot of guys that can get it done.
Yeah, Justin Page is the catalyst for this offense. He's obviously going to control the pace there, and then you got guys like Devontae Burris, Jerry, and Traps, and then look for Manual to play it down low a little bit with Idias Robertson, and Baker Beal on the opposing side for Rock Island is going to have his hands full with him as well.
The winner moves on to the sectional championship here on Friday, and the loser goes home for the season. The teams have taken the floor, the crowd is finding its seats, and we got basketball next on Clutch Sports Media. And we welcome you live to Bradley University's Renaissance Coliseum. Starting lineups being introduced right now for you in unique fashion, John, in alternating fashion. That's a little bit new. We'll get you the starting lineups in a moment, but we talked about the teams briefly in the open, but boy, are these two teams that are very used to playoff success, and they're used to a stage like this.
Yeah, Rock Island's familiar with Renaissance Coliseum. They've been here before. Manual, they're obviously ready or familiar with Renaissance. They've almost called this their home for the last few postseasons, and the Rams are ready to come out and play tonight against top-seeded Rock Island. This should be a really good game.
And get this, John, this sectional trip for Manual is their 5th in their last 6 playoff seasons, and their 40th as a program in their history. That is impressive.
Yeah, it's just incredible how Manual's built their basketball tradition. It's just only gotten better throughout the years, and what Willie Coleman's done with this team, a team that was 13-13 on the year, but really hit their peak here in the postseason, able to get a big upset win over Notre Dame and sit in a position right now to be 1 win away from a sectional championship against Metamora.
Let's get you the starting lineup. First for the home team on the scoreboard. They're in white, the Rock Island Rocks, top seed out of the Rock Island Regional. Cameron Atkinson, a 6'4" junior guard, starts it off. Jalen Randall, a 6-foot senior guard, followed by the aforementioned Marion Nimmers, a 6'3" senior, Baker Beal, a 6'5" senior, and Marion Anderson, a 6'5" senior. A lot of height there. It'll be Idias Robertson winning the tip for Manual as we get you their starting lineups. It starts with Jerron Traps, and he's with the basketball right now. Devontae Burris, Justin Page, Idias Robertson, and Cameron Causey.
These are two teams that really like to push the tempo early. You're going to look for both of them to come out and make a statement.
Burris can't get the roll, and look at Beal fighting for the rebound. Comes out with it, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow favoring the Rocks.
Beal down low at 6'5", 235 pounds. Going to be a fun matchup against Idias Robertson, who stands at 6'7", 250. Two big men down there.
Jalen Randall walks it up for the Rocks' first possession. Marion Anderson on the back cut to Nimmers to start the scoring.
And those are the plays, if you're Manual, you're going to want to close out on defense. Nimmer's so quick out there, shooting 56% on the year. He's showing why right there.
Jerron Traps over to Justin Page. Up top, Robertson, and the quick trigger three from Traps rolls off the rim. I was about to say, John, in a defensive battle in the Limestone Regional Championship game, Justin Page was really the only player who was able to get it going early and stay consistent throughout the game for Manual. Jumper is off, stick back, no, out of the hand of Marion Anderson, and the rebound goes to the Rams.
Yeah, and Page in that last game did a really good job of just keeping Manual right there. And this is a game too, Larry, where defense are going to be critical for both sides, able to control the boards and get some second chance points.
Justin Page will run the show. Around a screen from Robertson. He goes inside, can't finish. How about a second chance?
Yeah, we just talked about it right there. And Ideas Robertson at 6'7", using his size down there, able to get the putback. And we're tied up.
And boy, is he going to have to be big tonight as you look at the Rocks roster. 6'5", 6'5", 6'6", 6'7". And for Manual, Robertson is the tallest player at 6'7". On the inside, Beal makes it look easy. And he's got his first bucket, and the Rocks have a 2-point lead.
Yeah, that's where Beal's been so efficient this year, right in that low block.
Robertson, the big fella, has a hot start. He's got all four for the Rams, and we're knotted back up.
And Robertson likes the post, but who said the big man can't get out and shoot it? That's a nice jumper from him.
He's a confident shooter, Joko. We've seen him take some threes this year. Rams stifling defense, physical, as Anderson is on the floor in some pain. Tie-up called, possession arrow favors the Rams.
Yeah, defense is going to be key as well, and Manuel showing it early on, trying to get that ball back and doing a nice job of getting a tie-up.
Traps will inbound. Get a first sub, Jalen Randall to the sideline. And Eli Reese, a 6'3" senior, checks in off the bench for the Rocks. Bursts, wide open from 15, couldn't hit, traps the rebound. Page, the runner, gets the roll.
And that's the pace that Manuel's going to want to play at, Larry. They love to push the tempo right out of the inbounds there, and Justin Page able to finish. Great floater from the junior.
Manual with an early lead. Winner moves on to Friday's sectional championship game against Metamora. Reese, the tray, falls well short. Rebound to Causey. Here come the Rams. Burst down to Robertson. And he's got 6 points, and the Rams have a 2-possession lead.
That one will get the hometown Manual Rams fans fired up. Another great bucket in transition.
Marion Anderson, the spin cycle and score. A nifty bucket from the 6'5" senior.
And Rock Island said we can get in there and score inside as well. Just going back and forth.
Now Traps will hold at the B shield for a moment. Causey from 17. John Causey had a frustrating Limestone Regional Championship game. He fouled out in regulation before the double overtimes. Gets a hot start here as Atkinson can't connect on the triple, but it's out. And rather a foul called against the Rocks. Didn't expect that.
And if you're Coach Willie Coleman, you really got to like what you've seen out of your Manual Rams. Able to knock down those perimeter jump shots, which are so big in a game like this, and then able to finish inside in transition.
That takes us to our first media timeout. And in a moment, we'll step aside for a quick word from Uftring.
If you think you'll never find the car or truck you really want, think again. We'll find it so you can drive it at every Uptrain Auto Group dealer. And this month, your tax refund is your down payment. It's easy to find it and drive it at every Uptrain Auto Group dealer.
And we welcome you back into Renaissance Coliseum, and our coverage here tonight would not be possible without the proud support of State Farm agent Jerry Ivy right here in Peoria. For all your insurance needs, call up your good neighbor Jerry Ivy at 309-222-8144. Welcome back into Peoria. Rams with a 4-point lead over the Rock Island Rocks. 3A sectional semifinal. Winner moves on to take on Metamora on Friday. And John, this atmosphere here inside Bradley's Renko is usually pretty good in games like this, but it's especially big when you've got a local team playing like Manual.
Yeah, Manual brought out a great crowd tonight. They're obviously loving it early on here as the Rams have a 10-6 lead, and they're going to continue to cheer loud and proud for this hometown Peoria school.
Traps will walk it up after the foul took us to our first media timeout. That's one thing to keep an eye on, is both coaches electing to still take those media timeouts. Not all coaches do that anymore after the mask timeouts are no longer mandatory. 3-ball misses from Traps, and here come the Rocks.
See if Rock Island tries to find something inside.
Nimmers does just that, but can't get the roll, and Robertson snares the board. Look at that play from Eli Reese, but Traps gets it right back. And he wants to reset. But John, both these teams really defense first, you could say.
Yeah, Manual, obviously stepping up big on defense, and Rock Island right there with a nice steal, but Manual able to get it back.
Causey walked. Easy call there. Looked like the ball got trapped on his hip as he was trying to take another dribble.
I think it's going to be big tonight as well, off plays like that where Manual almost turned it over, that Rock Island's going to want to convert on points like that, as is Manual. Those are big.
Nimmers takes it up. Getting some D1 looks as a senior. Eli Reese, another senior. Over to Marion Anderson. Another shifty move, but he's stifled that time. Burse ahead to Traps. The finger roll almost had an opportunity for an and one, but instead he'll shoot two. And the foul there is on Reese. His first, team second.
Manual just doing a really good job in this first quarter, getting inside, and that could pay off well for them if they can continue to do this throughout the game.
Traps first, goes down, nothing but nylon. And John, missed free throws was a huge storyline in the P&D Manual matchup in the regional championship game. Manual went just 7 for 17 at the stripe. And here, Traps starts 2 for 2.
You would have to assume a lot of time spent in practice trying to work on those free throws, because anytime you get to sectionals, every point counts. And right there, Traps showing he worked on that.
The runner hits for Kai Rios, the 6'7" senior forward, headed to Indiana State next year, not for basketball, but for football. Big body inside. At the top of the arc here. Page fades away and comes up short. Here come the Rocks. Anderson gets by Page for 2.
Rock Island able to push it out in transition too. Both teams just really speeding up the tempo.
Burse responds. Manual still ahead by 4. Here comes Nimmers. Somehow almost got it out of traffic, but he draws a foul.
He's a great facilitator as well, so he'll slash to the basket. Manual's keyed on him, knowing he's one of the star players. And when they close in, Nimmers can pass it outside. He almost got that one off for somebody for 3.
Anderson draws a foul this time. Back-to-back fouls on the Rams. Devontae Burse picked up the first one. And this time, I believe it was Causey who picked it up. Team second, tied in the foul department. First free throw goes halfway down and out for Anderson.
And Larry, you mentioned it. You know, free throws are big, and anytime you can cut it to 3, chance to get those in. They're all important, no matter what quarter it is.
All those points add up at the end of the contest, and Anderson knocks in his second. He's got 5 to lead the Rocks. They trail by just 3 now. Burse on the bounce. Robertson wants another mid-range, but can't hit it that time. And it's out off of Kai Rios, so it'll stay here.
Rock Island's got a little bit of size advantage down low when Robertson's out on the wing. But Manual, nice job to poke it away and get it back.
Under a minute to play in the opening quarter of action. Page with it. Rams can hold for the final shot if they want. Page slips and travel. That's a tough break for the Rams.
Yeah, a chance to really burn that clock down. Maybe play for a last shot there. It looked like they were going to elect to go for it, but anytime you turn it over and give it to Rock Island with the last shot of the quarter, it's tough.
Rocks fans coming to life, a little Let's Go Rocky chants. I always loved that nickname for Rock Island. Sounds pretty cool. Nimmers gets to the free throw line, and he'll shoot 2.
Just a really good job from Nimmers early in this game of getting inside, able to draw contact. Just such a quick player for Rock Island.
First free throw for Nimmers of the evening, misses right. Kai Rios checks out, and Baker Beal comes back in. For Manual, Robertson goes to the sideline. And Donald Wilson gives him some relief. Nimmers goes 1 for 2.
Now you almost have to assume Manual's going to play for the last shot here with 17 seconds. Chance to push this lead.
They're on traps with 8, now 6. Goes inside, was looking for Causey, but Causey wasn't looking for him.
Not a whole lot of time left for Rock Island to go the length of the court.
Especially on a bigger college-sized court. Look at this pass to the hands of Anderson, but a turnover, and Traps doesn't get the shot off in time. Had the line, but not the distance, as they say on the golf course. And after the first quarter, Manual leads Rock Island 14-12. John, this game is pretty much what we expected. Maybe, if anything, a few more points than we might expect.
Yeah, and you can't let the, on paper fool you with the seeds. I feel like records and seeds kind of go out the door in the postseason. Rock Island, the top seed, Manual at number 7, but Manual's really picked up the pace here in the postseason, getting through that regional, and they're always going to give it their best here in the sectional. Rock Island looking to do the same. We knew we were going to see a competitive game, and it's been just that, 2-point game after the first.
Tonight's coverage of IHSA playoff basketball is brought to you by Jerry Ivy at State Farm right here in Peoria. For all your insurance needs, home, auto, life, you name it, give Jerry a call, 309-222-8144, or give him a visit on North University Street here in Peoria. Second quarter about to get underway. One thing that's jumped out for me, John, is the point distribution for both teams. A true team effort for the Rocks and the Rams. Robertson, though, leading all scorers with 6.
Yeah, he's doing a good job in low, and Robertson knew coming into this game with some of the size that Rock Island has that he was going to have to be big down there. Not only has he gotten it done down in the low block, but he's been able to get out and shoot some perimeter jump shots, and that speaks volumes of Willie Coleman and what he can do as a coach out here.
Corner three, halfway down and out for Baker Beal. Traps to Burse. Elbow jumper rattles in.
And they're just sticking to that perimeter game. Those jump shots are falling for the Rams.
Rocks looking for an answer. They've trailed for most of this one early, but it's been close. Anderson trying to get the post game going, and he's fouled. That one's on Justin Page, his first, team's fourth.
See what Rock Island can do out of this inbounds. It's just been back and forth. No team can really pull away too far.
Nimmers inbounds to Randall. Now to Reese, looking for Nimmers, and he was double teamed, and it worked. Burse ahead of the pack, the finger roll. Devontae Burse, a personal 4-0 run as the Rams up by 6.
Manual looking really good to start this game, just swarming Rock Island on defense, able to force those turnovers.
They almost turned it over right back. Errant pass, bumped out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Rams.
And Larry, it's almost like Manual, when they're playing at Renaissance, channel that postseason energy. They really start playing their best basketball.
Manual in its 40th trip to sectionals in program history. It's almost an expectation. They turn it over that time. Traps was looking for Burse. Couldn't get off the defense quick enough. But Justin Page, earlier in the season, was featured in the Peoria Journal-Star article written by Adam Duvall. And he said, I got to get at least one state trip, because that's kind of the expectation at Manual. They go deep in the playoffs seemingly every year. Look at Nimmers. Fadeaway jumper.
He's showing with that shot why he's a Division I recruit. What a jumper from Nimmers through the defense.
Wilson walked. All of a sudden, the Rocks have a chance to get back within one possession. Ideas Robertson back in. Jerron Traps to the sideline. Anderson inbounds, and here comes Jalen Randall. Scores about 7 per game for the Rocks, who finished 11-3 in the Western Big Six this year. Deep ball a little bit too strong from Atkinson, and Causey is off to the races. His pull-up goes down. That's a triple.
Everything's working right now for the Rams. Able to score down low around the perimeter and beyond the arc.
Manual Rams up by a touchdown and an extra point. Here's Beal. Around the horn. Anderson drives inside through traffic, and he walked.
Another big turnover there. If you're Manual, hitting the ball back again. Rock Island got to try to limit those against the Rams, because their defensive pressures really shined here in the first half.
Causey the baseline J, and he draws a foul. That one on Anderson, and he can't believe it. That's Anderson's second and the team's third.
Chance for Manual to get to the line and push this lead even more.
Causey's first free throw comes up short. John Cameron Causey is one of those guys standing at 6'5" as a senior on this roster who we've seen step up in some games and we've seen take a back seat in some games, and I think Manual has a roster full of those guys.
Yeah, they do, and there's so many different guys on this team that can really step up any given night. I don't think Manual's really got that one go-to guy. They got a nice variety of players throughout their starting rotation and bench.
Manual turns it over. Jarrell Traps throws a little bit too far, looking for Ideas Robertson. 5:08 to play in the second quarter. Winner punches their ticket to the sectional final on Friday. They'll take on Metamora, #1 seed in their subsectional. Rock Island, a #1 seed. Manual, a 7 seed. Outside jumper misses right from Atkinson. Wilson downtown, no one around, not meant to be. Eli Reese jets ahead. He's looking for the inside look. Rams all over the passing lanes, but here's Anderson, couldn't get it. How about Beal? No, and Robertson pulls it down.
And how about Manual just clogging that lane?
Jarrell Traps called for the charge.
Big break there for Rock Island. Manual thought they had it. But now the Rocks' chance to answer.
Head coach Willie Coleman wants a sub. Jarron Traps comes in, and Cameron Causey heads to the sideline. That charge taken could be a spark for the Rocks. They haven't had a bucket in a few minutes. Reese, Anderson, Trey, in and out. Rebound tipped around, and who else but Robertson?
And Larry,
another.
We talked about that Robertson and Beal matchup down low, and right now Robertson really just asserting his presence down there, able to shake off Beal and get those rebounds.
Traps bounces around. Jarrell Traps over to his brother Jarron. Jarron the elder, junior, his brother a sophomore. His scoop shot off the glass, no good. And Reese was fouled. That call against Donald Wilson. That's his first and team's sixth. And that takes us to our second quarter media timeout. We'll step aside for a quick word from Uftring.
We'll find it so you can drive it at every Uftring Auto Group dealer. New inventory is in stock, inbound, and arriving every day. The pipeline is loaded with incoming inventory at every Uftring location. Hundreds of customers have reserved theirs, and so can you at every Uftring Auto Group dealer.
Tonight's coverage from Renaissance Coliseum brought to you in part by Uftring and Jerry Ivy State Farm here in Peoria. For all your insurance needs, give Jerry Ivy a ring, 309-222-8144. Welcome back inside Renaissance Coliseum. It's the Manual Rams 21, the Rock Island Rocks 14. We've been stuck on this number for the last few minutes of gameplay. 3A sectional semifinal. Winner moves on to Friday's championship game to square off with Metamora. Larry Larson, John Camosa in with you. And John, the early going, the offense reigned supreme, but now the defense is starting to settle in for both sides.
Yeah, Manual doing a good job on defense, really, forcing Rock Island to work down low, and Rock Island as well trying to limit the Rams from extending this lead anymore. But Rock Island still right within reach here after the timeout.
There you see head coach Mark Polite in his first season at Rock Island, taking over for Tom Sigel, who was there for over 20 seasons. Really helped build up what's become a sort of dynasty in basketball in the Quad Cities. Rock Island just one of those teams you expect to make a run every year, and the same can be said for Manual. There's a Marion Nimmers, hounded on defense by London Tolliver. Beal in the post, and he was fouled.
Yeah. Robertson kind of got his arm tied up with Beal there. Two players that are to go at it all night.
That's the second foul on Ideas Robertson. He'll head to the sideline, and Cameron Causey will come in. And Robertson's been the most dominating player so far for the Rams. 6 points. We don't have a rebound tally, Joko, but I'd guess it's somewhere up near 9 or 10 already.
Yeah, it's got to be. He's really dominated the boards offensively and defensively for the Rams, and they knew that coming into this game, Robertson would have to be big for him down there in order to really hold off some of that size from Rock Island.
Baker Beal, one of those guys with a lot of size. Splits the bonus pair. He's got 3 points. Page walks it up. He's got 2 points to his name tonight. Over to Jerron Traps. Pace is slowed down dramatically. Causey, 18-footer. That's a tough shot, John, from a tough distance.
Yeah, it is. You got that quick break on the bench, coming right back out red hot from the perimeter, going back to what's been working for him.
Nimmers had it poked away. Thought he had a foul, was not the case. Nimmers, the star for Rock Island, averaging about 22 points per game this season. Has 5 points so far. Inbound goes to Beal, and he was fouled. So he'll go back to the free throw line. And the Manual fans don't exactly love that call.
I think they wanted to travel there. Probably wanted the extra step, but Beal able to just get up and get that contact, and the official made the right call.
Beal's first is off the mark, and Causey hauls it in. Causey, one of the hot hands tonight, off balance, and he's fouled by Reese. Causey now the leading scorer for the Rams with 7. We'll head to the stripe.
And Larry, how about Manual just, after some of those missed rebounds by Rock Island, getting out in transition, just really pushing the tempo, and that's seemed to pay off well for him in this first half.
Causey's first, nothing but net after he missed his first 2 free throws tonight. Subs for the Rocks. Brooks to the sideline, and Causey misses the back end, so he's still at 8 points. The lead is 9. Steal. Tolliver races to the other end and gets the friendly bounce. The lead is 11 for Manual.
How about Tolliver, the 5'5" sophomore guard there, just going up against Nimmers, 6'3", getting it right up and over with the left hand.
Beal open, got it, and the Rocks sure needed that, and they take a timeout.
It was a big 3 for Rock Island. They were looking for an answer, not scoring there for a while after just the 1 free throw, and that's got to give them some type of relief to finally find the basket.
There you see the Rocks huddle. They've trailed for most of this one despite coming in as the team that you might expect to win as a #1 seed in their subsectional. Manual, the 7th seed, getting here by virtue of upsetting 3rd-seeded Galesburg and top-seeded Peoria Notre Dame in the Limestone Regional. We take a look at both teams' road to Renaissance Coliseum here. There you see Rock Island just tearing through the Rock Island Regional. Manual, a little bit closer in that regional championship game over at Limestone. That 36-33 win came in double overtime. Wild game.
Yeah, it was a big time win there for them, able to get to the sectionals, and right now in this game, they're looking like they want to get to that championship against Metamora, but both teams out here fighting.
Wouldn't that be some matchup, John? You've seen that matchup here at Renaissance Coliseum before. 2 local teams going at it. Page comes up short. Tolliver almost had the rebound, but couldn't quite haul it in. Of course, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Tons of time left in this one, but should Manual win and advance to play Metamora, this place is going to be nuts.
Yeah, and if it is Manual or if it is Rock Island, it's a matchup that we've seen twice this season. Manual played Metamora at Manual, and then Metamora defeated Rock Island at the State Farm Classic there at Normal West. So they've seen both teams. They're awaiting the winner.
Marion Anderson cashes in the 2, and the Rocks have cut it to 6 after trailing by 11. Stringing together a run, and they turn it over. And a timeout was taken by Manual. But Coach Polite doesn't exactly agree with the call.
I think they didn't have possession, but the referee's going to go over there and grant Willie Coleman that timeout and see what they can do out of this break.
Yeah, John, that one could have gone either way.
Coach is still out talking about it, not happy with the call.
And look at this. Still chatting it up with the official, an assistant at least, before he retreats to the sideline. Again, Manual timeout. Just got it in before they turned it over. Trying to end a Rock Island run.
And I think one of the things throughout this first half, Larry, that's really impressed me is, like you touched on, the depth in this Manual lineup. You got a lot of guys coming in off the bench, getting some big-time buckets, and your starter scoring for you. Manual's going to need that mix of guys that can score, and right now it's working for them.
This time the Rams break the press. No timeout needed. Terrell traps. Now to Tolliver. Game a keep away to open the possession. The Rams may try to chew the rest of this half. Wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, having a 6-point lead on the top seed, chance to extend it to 8 or 9 with a 3. You'd like to think Manual's just going to run this clock down.
Tolliver has it taken away. Here come the Rocks. Anderson down low, and Nimmers can't get the bunny. Tip in doesn't count as a foul is called before the shot. That one on Causey. That's his second personal. And Nimmers will head to the stripe for the 1-and-1 bonus.
That's the one thing you had to be careful of if you're Manual, that Rock Island's not just going to sit back there and let you run the clock down easy as they put that pressure on them quick.
First free throw goes down for Nimmers. And if you pay attention to basketball around the state of Illinois, Marion Nimmers is a name you've heard of, especially if you're familiar with the Quad Cities. He's made a lot of noise, especially this season. Has one D1 offer from Eastern Illinois. He goes 2 for 2 at the stripe there. Under 30 seconds left in the first half. 4-point game. Causey in trouble. Gets it across to Burse, and it's a turnover. Nimmers, Anderson, got it.
Just like that, quick 4-0 run for Rock Island after what looked like Manual would play for the last shot. You got a whole new ball game.
What a run. Manual with 4. Still got to get it across. Burse heaves ahead. Nimmers doesn't get it off in time. But what a run to end the first half by the Rock Island Rocks after trailing by 11. They enter the locker room trailing by just 2 with the season on the line in the 3A sectional semifinal.
Yeah, Larry, Coach Willie Coleman already started walking in the locker room before that buzzer even sounded. He was not happy with those turnovers from the Rams, and Rock Island, that was the break that they needed and able to get back right into this game. Now we really are setting up for that great second half.
Boy, is it going to be a good one. There you see the halftime score. Rams on top of the Rocks, 26-24. We'll step aside for our halftime break. Come back in a few minutes, talk some stats as well as a second half preview. Winner moves on to Friday's sectional title game. Loser goes home. It's the Rams, the 2-point edge in Peoria. And we welcome you back into Renaissance Coliseum on the campus of Bradley University, where we're proud to bring you a IHSA 3A sectional semifinal. Larry Larson alongside John Camosa. Thanks for joining us tonight. Rock Island ending the second quarter on a 9-0 run, John, after Manual led by as many as 11.
Yeah, and those turnovers, you know, we've talked about turnovers throughout the season for Manual in a couple games that we've seen, that they don't want to start turning the ball over when they get those leads, and right then they just showed it. Rock Island able to apply that pressure on them, forcing turnovers from Manual and cut right back into this game. If you're Manual, you got to come out strong in this second half and go back to how you were playing early in that first quarter, because everything was clicking on all cylinders. If you're top-seeded Rock Island, they're right within reach now, so they want to come out and try to make a statement.
Team rebounds 14-11 in favor of Manual, and that's that courtesy of Peoria Journal-Star's Cleve Aminian. Rams will need to continue to hold that edge if they want to move on to Friday's sectional final against the Metamora Redbirds. I mentioned Rock Island, a top seed, and their subsectional. Manual, a 7 seed, trying to continue its Cinderella run. Rams will start with the basketball. Justin Page to trigger it in. Into traps, and we're back underway.
And you can see right now Rock Island wanting to put that same pressure on.
And they do. And the half starts with a travel. Traps drag the pivot foot.
And Rock Island here, a chance on this possession to either tie or take the lead, and really just a turn of events to end that second quarter. They're playing like the top seed Rocks now.
Anderson goes strong to the bucket for the easy 2. Marion Anderson, 6'5" senior with 11 points to lead the Rocks. Drawn traps, denied baseline. They'll try the corner 3. Off the corner of the backboard, Rams had the rebound for a second, but it falls into the hands of Beal. Randall around the hoop and one.
Rock Island takes the momentum back. That great bucket from Randall, able to grab the lead.
Rocks in front for the first time since the first quarter. And one free throw. It's a nice bounce, a unique bounce at that, off the attachment. Randall has 3. That's his first 3 points of this one. Page feeds Robertson inside. Double teamed, but goes for 2 anyways.
Robertson able to assert his dominance down there, continue that strong play, and Manual cuts right back into it. Just another back and forth game that we're seeing in this second half.
Cameron Atkinson back to Beal. Anderson double teamed, and he was fouled. Gets helped up by his student section there. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Love to see the support. They've been cheering their team on, as well as the Manual student section. It's been loud all night.
Hard to say if Manual has one particular student section, but they've got fans scattered throughout the gym. As Anderson knocks in the first. Starting the second half strong, but he missed the second one. He's got 12 points. The Rams turn it over. Baker Beal picks it off.
Beal, the big man, doing a nice job of getting his hand in on that play and able to get it back to the Rocks.
Nimmers, too strong, long rebound to Causey. Rams with a chance to tie it up. Causey draws the blocking call. That one will go on Nimmers. And Causey will shoot 2.
And anytime when you're in a 2-point game, free throws obviously big. If Causey can knock these down.
gets the shooter's touch on the first. And looks like Manual is going to send in a sub for Causey after the shots. Here's Causey's second. Goes down.
2 big free throws there for Cameron Causey, able to tie this game back up.
Rocky with a chance to regain the lead here. They zip it ahead to Anderson. Nimmers wide open. That's his first three.
Ariane Nimmers, 56% from the field, 22 points averaging this year, and showing it why with that deep three.
Rams looking for a response. In case you're just joining us, Manual led by as many as 11 in the first half, but the Rocks used a 9-0 run to end the half to now regain the lead in the second half. But Burse gets the Rams back within 1. He's having a big game with 8.
You know, and anytime you're trailing, Larry, go back to what you know, and it's that perimeter game. Manual just doing so well that in the first quarter, they show it right here in the third, and just like that, back to 1 point. But what a game we got so far.
On paper, maybe this is not what fans unfamiliar with IHSA basketball would expect, a 1 seed versus a 7 seed battling it out. But the Rams are a little different. They're here seemingly every year, and the call is reversed, it seems, to a charge. And Jalen Randall is coming off hobbling, and now they reverse the call to a block, and Randall will get free throws after initially heading to the sideline.
Yeah, initially called it a charge, and then after discussing it with the opposing official, they're going to reverse that one, but kind of an odd call there.
Not every day you see that. 4 team fouls on the Rams already. The first free throw is off from Randall, the 6-foot senior. There's Willie Coleman in his trademark towel. I dig his shirt today, mixing it up from the traditional orange. Second free throw goes for Randall.
Well, Larry, you know, anytime postseason basketball rolls in, Willie Coleman's going to have that towel because it gets heated. These games are must win, and if you're Manual Rams, you want to stay in the postseason for as long as you can.
I must say, Renaissance Coliseum does have very good air conditioning, so maybe literal heat is not the problem, at least anymore. Back when these games were played in the Robertson Memorial Fieldhouse, it was a different story. Mid-range is off from Burse, and the Rocks haul it in. You ever get to the Fieldhouse, Joko?
I have. Watched some games back there. Justin Dane when he's on Richwoods, Matt Roth on Washington. The atmosphere in there was electric, and obviously Manual in the 90s there on their 4 consecutive state championship runs, playing games in the Fieldhouse, but what a great venue.
And Willie Coleman was on some of those teams as Nimmers called for the charge there, and Willie Coleman takes a timeout. Just under 5 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. There's Willie Coleman leading the Rams huddle, and now the Rocks huddle led by Mark Polite. And John, what's your message here with about 50 seconds, give or take, a handful until immediate timeout?
Yeah, I think if you're Manual coming out of this timeout with Coach Willie Coleman, something that the Rams pride themselves on all season is defense. You got to come out here and get a big stop. If you're Rock Island, they want to continue to extend this lead. I should say the Rams getting a stop after a score. I think you got to tie this game and then just put as much pressure as you can on Rock Island. And same goes for Rock Island. You want to pressure the Rams. I think both teams are just showing that right now.
That Rocks pressure is really what sparked their 9-0 run at the end of the first half. Look at Burse. He was fouled. But Devontae Burse, Joko, has started to almost try and take over this game for the Rams. Playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Everyone's got the will to win out there on both sides. You're going to see everyone on the court give it their all, and obviously your seniors are going to have to step up big tonight. Everyone knows what's on the line.
Page hits Ideas Robertson. Page open on the left wing, too strong.
Good look there from Page, just couldn't get it to fall.
Marion Anderson through contact, couldn't get it. Rebound, keeps it here. John, one game trend I picked up on Rock Island, shooting a little bit better from outside than Manual, at least to open the second half.
Yeah, thanks to Marion Nimmers out there, and they look to him again.
Nimmers right on cue, couldn't get it to go down. Page runs it in transition. And a foul called. I didn't hear a whistle.
I didn't hear a whistle either. I don't think there was a whistle.
Not every day you see that one. They were still able to stop play somehow. And Page inbounds to Devontae Burse. Good ball movement. Robertson, the big fella.
Showing his range. Larry, we talked about his post presence, but he's shown us he can shoot from the perimeter and get out and shoot the three, and that's something he's done this season.
We're all knotted back up. Robertson with 11. Here comes Beal on Robertson. Had it knocked away, able to keep it in. Atkinson from deep. The response is good. Atkinson's first bucket. Back and forth we go.
Neither team wants to give an inch. Just fighting hard.
Next dead ball takes us to immediate timeout. Burst from the college line.
That'll get the fans into it. Right on our right here, the students are jumped to their feet after that one. That was a deep three.
Devontae Burse having one of the best games of his young career. Nimmers on the other end, gets the roll through contact. He's up to 12.
Thought about it.
Burse wanted a heat check. Instead, it's traps in and out. Rocks still lead by 1. Nimmers wants to go coast to coast, and he gets rewarded with a trip to the free throw line after the media timeout if they take it. And indeed, they will. Both teams with a chance to catch their breath. The action's picking up in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll step aside for a quick word from Off Drink.
If you think you'll never find the car or truck you really want, think again. We'll find it at every Upstring location. New inventory is in stock and arriving every day. Plus, lock in your record low interest rate and get more for your trade. It's easy to find it and drive it at every Upstring Auto Group dealer.
And we welcome you back into Renaissance Coliseum. Tonight's presentation of Clutch Sports Media brought to you by State Farm agent Jerry Ivy, located at 2405 North University Street in Peoria. Jerry Ivy is your good neighbor here in Peoria. Call him up at 309-222-8144. Like a good neighbor, Jerry Ivy is there. There's the Metamora Redbirds in the house. They beat the brakes off of Rochelle last night to advance to Friday's sectional title game, where they await the winner of this contest between the top-seeded Rock Island Rocks and the 7th-seeded Manual Rams. Rocky in front by 1, John Camosa, thanks to that big run at the end of the first half, and they've stayed strong into the second half, but now both teams are really in a rhythm on offense.
Yeah, you know, I anticipate the end of this third quarter just back and forth both ways, because both teams are just clicking offensively. Defensively, if you're Manual, got to find an answer to try to stop Amarian Nimmers, but that is a tall task. He's able to get inside and score, and Manual sticking at the perimeter game and shooting some threes. I like that, and see if they can work it inside a little bit as well.
Nimmers, first free throw, rattles off the rim. John, he had a little bit of a slow start, but now in the second half, end of the first half, he's shown us why he's getting those Division I looks.
Yeah, he just is so quick in transition, able to push the pace, create his own shots. Great defender as well, and able to bury that free throw, but he's really coming around in this game.
Nimmers connects on the back end. He's up to 13. Rock Island with a 2-point lead. Winner moves on, loser goes home. Two historic programs in the state of Illinois. Traps over to his brother, Jaron. Now Jarrell back out, bursts again, misses right. Anderson has it taken away by Burse. Bursts ahead to Traps, pulls up for the mid-range. Didn't hit anything. Here comes Nimmers. Nimmers gets it to go and flexes a little bit for the student section.
He saw daylight in front of him, just a clear path, able to get around the defenders, but man, Nimmers in this third quarter, he's really shining.
Approaching the 92nd mark of this third quarter. Rams almost turned it over into the hands of Reese. Good defense from Reese there. And Page will inbound from in front of the bench.
Your Manual got to find an answer here. Don't want to give Rock Island too much room, because you know Amarion Nimmers is going to come down and score again.
You can tell Nimmers sees blood in the water. Bursts in some trouble. Hits Page. Steps from behind the line. He hit that one from Bartonville.
That's just a deep three there from Page, but game on the line in the postseason, stepping up big.
Deep three from Randall is the response.
3 for 3, just exchanging the blows.
Randall has 7 and the lead is 4. Page, how about another?
He's feeling it. He's heating up.
Nimmers on the other end. Randall blocked by Robertson.
That'll get the Peoria crowd into it. Deep three from Page. His second consecutive, followed up by a huge block from Robertson. Trailing by 1, but Manual's got some momentum on their side.
It's been an action-packed third quarter. 32 seconds remain. Randall looking for Nimmers. Instead, hits Reese in the corner. In some trouble. Beal going to work and one.
Beal and Robertson, big matchup down there against two big players, and Beal wins that matchup, able to spin and get the hoop and get the harm for a chance to add another at the line.
That's 3 fouls on Robertson. Rock Island with the chance to push its lead back to 2 possessions here. And they do. Baker Beal up to 9 points. Beal hits the sideline. Kai Rios in for the last 22 seconds.
See what Manual can do on this possession here. You think they're going to play for the last shot, you would assume. Only 15 seconds.
Terrell Traps to Robertson. Back to Traps. Page with 4. Into the corner. Bursts inside the arc. Had to go for the tricky angle over the tall defense, and it did not work out. And Rock Island enters the fourth quarter leading by 4 with a chance in the sectional, or chance to advance to the sectional title game on Friday.
Rock Island just really making a statement in that third quarter. It all started with Amarion Nimmers just coming up big.
And we want to take this break to remind you of our great sponsor tonight, Jerry Ivy, State Farm here in Peoria. For all your insurance needs, call them up at 309-222-8144. Again, 309-222-8144. And I believe we're getting some booing of the Rock Island cheerleaders as they stunt a little bit for their fans at the very least. Rams fans letting them know who still has the home court advantage.
Just a little friendly back and forth between the fan bases. But, you know, the way this game's been going, just back and forth all game long, we're going to see a great finish.
Game clock still not reset to 8 minutes. I think we're having some problems here at Renaissance Coliseum. Never mind, all resolved. We play on. Guess the folks at the scorer's table needed an extra moment to catch their breath. It's been one of those games. Rock Island, the top seed in their subsectional. The Catbird seat, if they win, they'll face top-seeded Metamora. Corner 3, almost went, but Beal cleans it up.
Beal just positioned himself down low, waited for that rebound, and able to get the second chance point. Now Rock Island's really gaining some momentum.
Page couldn't hit the long-range 3, and Beal grabs the board. He's been dominant in the second half. Look at the play from Traps. Couldn't stay in, but interrupts the flow. Lead is 6 for the Rocks, one of their largest all night, if not their largest.
See if they look to play for something inside or get it to Nimmers out on the wing.
Beal has it poked away. Good defense from Robertson. Atkinson with it now. And a foul called against Jarrell Traps. That's Traps' second. And the team's 7th. So the Rocks are already in the bonus. There's still a lot of time left to play in the closing quarter. Atkinson's first. Tickles the twine.
Your Manual got to find a way to get to the basket, cut into this lead a little bit. You give Rock Island too much room and it can pull this game away.
Atkinson goes 2 for 2. It's an 8-point lead for the Rocks. Manual needs a response. Causey lost it and tipped it to Jarrell Traps. Dangerous play there. And a timeout taken by Willie Coleman. Joko, I think that's a good timeout.
Yeah, just a chance to regroup, reset his offense there. And he'll look to see if they can get something in the post or play for a perimeter shot. But you got to score quick.
Rock Island using a big surge at the end of the first half and continuing that strong momentum into the second half to take this lead. Led for most of the second half after trailing for most of the first half. Loser goes home. Winner moves on to take on the Metamora Redbirds on Friday right here at Renaissance Coliseum. And you can watch that one right here live on CSM. So if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. If you're watching on the website, bookmark clutchsportsil.com. Who do you go to out of the break if you're looking for a bucket, Joko?
I think either Justin Page or Devontae Burris, two guys that have really been good for Manual so far, but don't count out Robertson. He might spot up.
Traps to Burse. Can't get the roll. Causey down amongst the trees. Couldn't stake it back. Now the Rocks have a chance to grow the lead to double figures for the first time tonight. Almost a turnover. Atkinson in trouble. Lobs it up for Nimmers. Oh, goodness.
Hard fall there. Hope he's okay.
Cameron Causey a little shaken up as well. It's the first time we've seen anybody get up near the rim tonight. You never want to see somebody hit the ground like that. Good to see Nimmers up and okay. John, that could have been bad.
Yeah, not a fall you want to.
Both guys look to be okay, and the officials are going to discuss this one. And I believe it will stay a common foul, but I'm not entirely sure. And John, I'm going to take my headset off and listen to any possible announcement from PA, and they're going to call an intentional foul against Causey.
Kind of changes the pace of this game a little bit now. Rock Island chance for free throws and regain possession. Just not a foul you'd want to see if you're Causey. Could have led to serious injury there on Nimmers.
By dictionary definition, I don't think that was intentional from Causey, but by basketball definition, I think it could have gone that way as Nimmers misses the first. Rocks get the ball after this, and Nimmers makes the second after missing the front end. He's got 16, Rocks basketball, and John, the Rams really need to stop here. I feel like we've said that a lot over the last few minutes, but if they want to stay in it against the top-seeded Rocks, they need something to turn their way.
Yeah, it's just crunch time now if you're Manual. Everything's been going the right way for Rock Island, but it all starts on defense. If you're Manual, you got to get a stop.
The heave goes into Anderson. He directs traffic. Rocks with a big opportunity. Anderson, the shifty move, but it was a walk.
Gonna get the travel there, and Manual chance to capitalize. They got a break. Able to get it right back. They got to find a way to get through that pressure that Rock Island's been applying in the half court.
Still lots of time left in this one, but the Rocks are looking to put it away. Rams draw the whistle before that shot from Causey. And that one is against Reese. That's his fourth, if I'm not mistaken. So Reese heads to the bench, and Randall comes back in. There's Reese ever so briefly. Causey, the runner, too strong. Robinson hauls it in after dribbling off of his foot, and he was fouled. The flow of this game has been so disrupted these last few minutes. So many whistles on both sides.
Yeah, it's kind of throwing both teams out of their pace. We saw just back and forth transition game, now more of a half court set, like you said, with a lot of fouls mixed in between there.
Causey zips it in. Robertson, the big fella, taps that spin button again.
And if you're Manual, that's exactly what you need. Keep going to the big guy down low. Try to grind out some points.
And Robertson gets in there to poke it away. Rams looking for one more run to extend their Cinderella run. Causey thought about the three, and Burse was hacked.
2 better possessions there for Manual, able to work the ball around. They can cut into this lead.
And Rock Island takes a timeout.
I believe Manual will be getting free throws after this. Timeout.
They will be. They're in the bonus. 7th team foul against Rock Island. Full timeout taken by the Rocks. Glad you're with us on Clutch Sports Media. A little IHSA 3A sectional semifinal. Winner moves on to take on top-seeded Metamora. The loser goes home. Rock Island, a #1 seed in their subsectional. Manual, the 7th seed in their subsectional. I want to take a moment to thank our entire crew tonight. Matt Harrington behind the controls. John Michael, Gavin Russell operating our 2-camera show. Joey Wright also along for the ride. Josh Schwab working the sidelines. John, go ahead.
I was going to say, you like to think if he makes these free throws, he adds a little bit more confidence back to Manual there that they've been able to find 4 straight. But then it all comes down to that defense, just slowing Rock Island down. But this game is right within reach for Manual if they can get a few stops.
Great fan energy here inside Renaissance Coliseum. The Rams, the home team of sorts from just down the street in Peoria. Rocks, a little bit more of a hike. Burse out of the timeout. Can't hit the first, but Causey chases down the board. Page almost jumped up top. Burse almost did the same. Page, deep ball. Not even close.
Not enough under that one, but had the open look. Just couldn't get enough.
Atkinson had position, but it's taken away. Robertson ahead to Burse, and he dribbles it out of bounds.
Big turnover if you're Manual after getting it right back. Got to try to slow it down there and play for an open look. Turnovers like that late in the game that are costly.
Rock Island has held the lead for much of the second half. Trying not to relinquish it now. Reese against Burse. The inside, Anderson through contact, somehow got the shot off, missed the first, but made the second. He's got 14 points.
Got to get something going in a hurry if you're Manual.
Lead is 9, clock ticking down on the season possibly. Causey can't hit, gets it back, gets to the rack for 2. Causey doesn't want the season to end. He's got 12.
We've seen Manual earlier in the season when they played Richwoods put a lot of pressure on him, able to turn him over and come back in that game. And right now they're showing that late. This is a Rams team that's resilient.
And that takes us to our final media timeout. Boy, do we have a good one here at Renaissance Coliseum. Manual Rams trying to mount a late run on the Rock Island Rocks. We'll be back after a quick word from Uftring.
If you think you'll never find the car or truck you really want, think again. We'll find it so you can drive it at every Uftring Auto Group dealer. And this month, your tax refund is your down payment. It's easy to find it and drive it at every Uftring Auto Group dealer.
Welcome back into Peoria. Tonight's coverage of IHSA 3A sectional basketball is brought to you by Jerry Ivy State Farm in Peoria. Pay him a visit at 2405 North University or call him up at 309-222-8144. For all your insurance needs, it's Jerry Ivy State Farm. Glad to have Mr. Ivy and Uftring along for the ride for this great sectional basketball game. Sectional semifinal. Winner moves on to take on Metamora on Friday, and you can watch that one right here on ClutchSportsIL.com. That'll be a great one no matter who advances from this one. But after Manual controlled most of the first half, Rock Island has had most of the control here in the second half. And let me tell you, this place is ready to be up for grabs. Both student sections have made a lot of noise these last few minutes, even during the timeout.
Yeah, certainly going to get loud in here, especially if Manual can find a basket, cut this to 5 with a 2. You know it's going to get loud.
Traps. Rams looking to continue a run. Bursts. Couldn't get it. Causey was looking for a foul, and he didn't get that either. Atkinson to Beal for the jam, in and out. And that's a tech on Beal.
Big change of events there for Manual. Huge break. Would look like it would be an open dunk from Beal. Turns into a technical in favor of Manual.
So they called the technical foul, John, but I think the foul call is basket interference because Beal was still hanging on the rim as he tried to tip it back in. We'll see what the official call is.
That's what I assumed the minute he blew the whistle there, was that he tried to tip that back in with his own hand.
That is a technical foul for basket interference, as you see the official signal there at the scorer's table. At least the official did.
Larry, we talked about critical free throws, none bigger than these right here for the junior, Justin Page.
His first rolls in. Maybe an exhale afterwards. Page up to 9. To get it within 5.
Looked like he took an extra step in just to make sure that one went. And those are big free throws from Page, who's been a leader all season for Manual, and the Rams finding some more momentum on their side.
Rams with a chance to cut it to one possession here. Here's Burse. Robertson. Causey charges downhill for 2.
And just like that, 3-point game. Manual able to climb back into it in this sectional semi.
Listen to these fans. Anderson in and out. Beal in and out of his hands.
Back to Manual. And this place is going to blow with just crowd noise if they can make a shot here.
Manual within 3. Burst from 15.
He got it.
1-point game. Buckle your seatbelts, folks. It's going to be one heck of a finish. Rams on a run.
The Peoria crowd's loving it. Manual's loving it. Rock Island a little quiet. They want to try to find a basket. It's been all Manual so far.
Look at the move from Anderson. Down low. Gets the bucket to go.
Causey almost had the strip steal there. Rock Island able to finish.
Still one possession game. Page thought about pulling the trigger for the tie. Fans getting restless. Page for the tie.
Justin Page. Larry, he said, I want to make sure I have a trip to state throughout my high school career. He wants to try to do it in his junior year and get this game out of the way.
Timeout, Rock Island. Brand new ball game, under a minute to go.
What looked like Manual trailing The crowd is a little deflated. They're right back into this game, and the fans are hyped.
Couldn't ask for a better environment than this for playoff basketball at Renaissance Coliseum. Thanks for joining us on ClutchSportsIL.com. And in case you're just joining us, first of all, thank you. Second of all, after Manual had control for most of the first half, Rock Island used a 9-0 run to end the first half to take momentum into the second half. They've led for much of the latter two quarters, but now the Rams have rattled off a big run to tie it up after they trailed by as many as 9. Out of the timeout, Rock Island basketball. If they can hang on to it, they can hold for the rest of the game.
You know, Manual's going to apply that defensive pressure. They want to play for the last shot, but like you said, buckle up. Are we in store for a great finish?
Marion Anderson inside, leaves it short, causing the rebound.
Justin Page, been the leader all season. He wants this ball in his hands. Coach Coleman telling him to slow it down. Manual might have a chance at a last shot.
Manual has 2 timeouts left. So does Rocky. Page out there with traps in the backcourt. Burse as well. Robertson and Causey near the baseline. Under 10 to go. Timeout, Willie Coleman.
And Larry, just about everybody around the baseline there on Manual's side has their phone out and ready. They want to send this game home on a buzzer beater, and boy, would that be something here in front of this Peoria crowd.
John, 8 seconds to go. Timeout, Manual, their basketball. I think you know what's coming. Who takes the shot?
Justin Page. It's been the go-to guy. If it's not Justin Page, it's got to be Devontae Burse, but I think right now Justin Page has been feeling it from 3, and I wouldn't be surprised if Manual tries to work that magic from beyond the arc once more.
There's Rock Island's huddle. And back into Manual's huddle. And Coach Willie Coleman is drawing something up for somebody.
And if you're Rock Island, still got to be conservative on defense because a foul can send Manual to the line.
Manual clutched up in double overtime to make it here.
They're used to the late second pressure.
Trying to knock off another top-seeded team in Rock Island. These are the moments you live for in March. Here we go. Burse. Causey. Inside. Robertson blocked, and we're going to overtime.
What a block from Rock Island to keep their season alive. What looked like could have ended it from Robertson. You cannot ask for a bigger defensive play, but man, what a game. And give us one more period.
Who wouldn't want another one? 57 all, and we'll need at least 4 more minutes.
The officials going to the table.
And what a clutch play from Marion Anderson to get us to overtime. Anderson has risen to the occasion tonight, tied for the team high with 16 points, but boy, oh boy, has he been phenomenal on defense.
Yeah, that was the biggest defensive stop you can get right there for Rock Island, and both teams just really grinding it out. Robertson kind of went to his knees after that one, obviously knew that that could have advanced them along, but Manual, a chance here in overtime to try to win it. If you're Rock Island, that defensive stop added a little bit of momentum in your tank. They want to come out here and try to preserve this one, but what a game that we've seen so far. And postseason basketball, overtime, does it get any better than that?
Nope. The reason they call it America's original March Madness. Another overtime game for the Peoria Manual Rams. Rock Island trying to avert the upset. Rams win it. Page starts with a bang.
Talk to that about that go-to guy, Justin Page. He's just been red hot. The junior, he wants to send his Rams home with a win.
Reese in trouble. Hits Anderson. Been the hero tonight for Rocky. Guarded by Page. Rolls downhill. Nimmers, the star, with 16 points tonight. Over to Reese. Back to Anderson. Nimmers will pull and hit.
That is a big time play from the senior guard. Just exchanging punches out here, back and forth.
Nimmers with 19, that's a game high. Devontae Burse dances inside, has Page through contact, couldn't get it. Volleyballed around into the hands of Robertson, and he lost it.
Costly turnover there for the Rams, and Rock Island a chance to extend this lead.
Nimmers. The dish, called for the charge.
Cameron Causey steps in, takes a charge. Big time play there for Rams after turning it over, able to get it right back. And now they get a chance at taking the lead.
Two minutes and 31 seconds to go in the first overtime. Marion Anderson with a big block on Ideas Robertson at the regulation buzzer to get us here. Devontae Burse has 13 tonight. No look pass. Robertson back out. Burse thought he had it, but he didn't. Beal can't hang on. Traps. Charges downhill. Couldn't get the two. Nimmers well out in front to Anderson. And he's blocked by Robertson. He gets his revenge, but he's down. Page gets the two. Manual back in front, and Robertson is writhing in pain.
Not good though, Larry. Huge bucket for Manual, but an injury there for Robertson as he was rolling around, grabbing his ankle there. Not what you want to see. Could have been his knee too. He was grabbing his leg in pain.
Page back to the sideline with the rest of his teammates, and there you see the concern on their faces. I mean, just how much has Robertson meant to this team tonight. There you saw it, the physical presence, the rebounding presence, also adding 13 points, and you just hope that he's all right.
Obviously, yeah, huge basket for Manual to take the lead, but now you lose one of your best players. You just hope that he's okay.
He's helped back up, and you hope it's not too severe and maybe he just rolled his ankle or something like that. And look at him walk off under his own power.
Good to see. That's great to see there for Robertson. Huge defensive effort and able to walk off in his own strength. Larry, he's going to want to stay in the game.
I don't think Willie Coleman's going to tell him no.
And that's what you call a warrior right there in the postseason, able to get that block, take a hard fall, but come out here and battle it out with his team. Just such a strong player Robertson is.
He's going to check back in at the next dead ball, but for now, Donald Wilson, the 6'2 senior, takes over. So the Rams will have to get a stop or at least get to the dead ball without their tallest player on the floor. Atkinson and Reese play catch. Up to Anderson. Dish to Atkinson with his back to the bucket, couldn't get it, and Causey's fouled intentionally.
Beal had no choice there, just kind of caught his hands around Causey, and these are big free throws for the Rams. They can extend this lead. And this is a chance for Causey to make a free throw here, and then Robertson will check back into the game, and his presence will be felt for the Rams.
Manual into the double bonus now. Causey has 2, and the first is no good.
Free throws are big, but he can make it up here with this second one.
Cameron Causey has 14 points. Huge free throw. Coming up.
Bends the knees, able to get it in.
Causey with 15, Rams with a 2-point lead. Nimmers. Back to Atkinson. Anderson to Beal, and one!
Beal just showing his presence inside. Now he can give Rock Island the lead with a free throw. What a game that we've seen, just back and forth both ways.
One of the biggest plays you'll see all season from Baker Beal. Now what are we discussing here?
I think Willie Coleman might want to take Robertson out of this game. Or he'll leave him in.
Causey to the sideline.
I was going to say Causey came out.
He may have just fouled out. He did.
Big player you're losing right there, but still got a lot of other guys that can step up and fill that void, as they've shown this year. We're tied once again, Larry, and setting up for another great finish.
Burse. Over to Jarrell Traps, now to Geron. Burse lost the handle, gets it back, but it's a turnover. Anderson with under a minute. The dish, no finish, but a foul before the basket.
So 2 free throws coming up, and these are huge for Atkinson.
Cameron Atkinson, the 6'4" junior guard, has 5 points tonight. But these, without a doubt, would be his biggest. Both teams in the double bonus, and the first rolls in.
Big free throw there for the junior. Able to give Rock Island the 1-point lead, a chance to give them a 2-point lead with one more, put the pressure back on the Rams.
Two-point lead for Rocky. A berth in the sectional championship game on the line. Timeout, Willie Coleman.
Gonna rally his team together and drop the right play.
Both teams in the double bonus. Manual with 1 timeout left. And Rocky, or rather Manual with 2 timeouts left as they now update the scoreboard. And Rock Island with 3. And of course both teams get an extra timeout as you go into overtime, with the ones from regulation rolling over.
Now, Larry, if you're Coach Willie Coleman, you got 38 seconds left in this game, down 2. You can run that clock down. You can play for the last shot to get the tie. Or the Rams have been pretty good tonight from 3 as well. Could you just go to play for the win or force double overtime? It's a tough call.
Well, I can tell you one thing's for sure. It's good to have options.
You got Justin Page out there. You got Robertson in the low block. Burse, a lot of guys that can light it up. Who's going to get the big shot? Potentially the biggest shot of their high school career.
One thing's for sure. The margin of error is slim. Burse takes it up. Jarrell Traps turns it over. Anderson fouled before the shot on the floor. Doesn't matter, he'll still get 2 free throws.
So these are huge free throws for Anderson. Just a costly turnover there for Manual, but not out of this game. Even if he makes 1, it's a 3-point game. If he misses, Manual still a big chance.
Rams with one of their starters fouled out. Causey out with 5 fouls. Anderson's first too strong, so it'll at least be a 3-point game or fewer. Jarrell Traps out, Donald Wilson in.
So learn from that turnover, but you cannot turn the ball over on this possession. If you're Manual, got to contain that possession. Try to get a tie now with a 3.
Marion Anderson up to 17 points. Rams need a 3. Justin Page has a few big ones tonight. Almost traveled, and Willie Coleman takes a timeout.
Almost got away with the step there, but Willie Coleman going to reset this offense. Try to write something up in a half-court set. And get it to a hot hand in Burse or Justin Page, but got to make a 3 here if you're Manual. Rock Island chance to buckle down on defense and secure their victory.
John, we saw a similar situation at the end of the first overtime of Manual's regional championship game against Peoria Notre Dame. They were trailing by 2. They elected to take a 3. Jaron Traps got fouled, and he made 2 of his 3 free throws to tie it up and send it to a double overtime. But what we saw there was Justin Page got double teamed. There's a good chance that happens if Page is the guy with the basketball here. Who's your second option?
Yeah, Burse. I would say Burse. I mean, we haven't seen Traps shoot it a lot, but Traps is another guy, Jerry or Jarrell, that are capable of hitting that big shot. We've actually known Jaron Traps to hit those buzzer beaters in past seasons, so it's definitely an option. Robertson can shoot it as well.
Here we go. Manual has 13 6/10 of a second left. They need to shoot a 3 for the tie. Devontae Burse to Page for the tie. Off, long rebound, out. Going with Rock Island.
Good look there from Page, but couldn't get it to fall.
Rams need a small miracle. They need to force a quick turnover. Reese looking for options. Gets it into Beal, and he's fouled. Beal has missed a few tonight, but of course is one of the foremost scoring options for the Rocks. You got to feel good with him at the line.
Yeah, and even with the miss, Coach Willie Coleman, no timeouts left.
Fans are already starting to head for the exits. Rock Island in the double bonus. First one bounces in, and it's a 4-point game.
I think they can taste victory now.
Baker Beal up to 14 points. Rock Island can taste it. Beal goes 2 for 2. One last chance for the Rams. Page heaves it up at the horn. It doesn't count, and Peoria is rocking tonight as Rock Island charges on to the sectional championship game.
Big time win for Rock Island. Tough way for Manual to end their season, and Justin Page obviously not happy with himself after that shot, but what an effort from the junior tonight. Just an all-around hard-fought game, both sides.
Manual's big season comes to an end. They fall short of the sectional title game this time, and Rock Island exacts revenge for its loss in the 2020 sectional semifinals. How's that for a storyline? The Rocks advance to Friday, where they will take on the Metamora Redbirds, and here come the Rocks fans.
Storming the court, they're loving it. You know they're going to be pumped to play Metamora in a rematch on Friday night in front of a big crowd here at Renaissance.
And John, that's another factor. Manual had a big crowd tonight. Metamora might bring the whole town on Friday. Rock Island's going to have to win back-to-back games in almost a true road environment.
Yeah, it's going to be a big test for Rock Island. They withstood Manual tonight, able to win, but Metamora has just been playing their best basketball, so they're going to have a test, and you know the Redbirds are going to come out ready and fired up as well. Both teams a chance to get to the Super Sectional with a win on Friday.
Final point tallies for the Rocks. 7 points from Jalen Randall, 19 points from Amarion Nimmers to lead all scorers. 14 from Baker Beal, 16 from Marion Anderson. John, who's your player of the game?
You gotta think Amarion Nimmers for sure, or Anderson.
Anderson made the big play, blocked Ideas Robertson at the buzzer of regulation to preserve the tie, and the Rocks, top seeded in their subsectional, prevail, and they move on to Friday's sectional championship game to take on Metamora. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, I just thought it was an overall unbelievable game. We thought Rock Island, where they really got a chance to pull away there. Manual kind of felt out of it, but came right back into that game. Huge block there from Anderson at the end. Big block in overtime from Robertson. Page almost gets that three to fall there at the end to tie. And then Beal able to put it away with 2 free throws on the other end to seal it. But just a back and forth game as we expected. Manual played up to the hype, and Rock Island's going to come out on top. But overall, just great season for Manual, able to get this far, and then Rock Island a chance to keep going.
What a game, what an atmosphere, and what a team. The Rock Island Rocks keep on moving. They'll play for a sectional title right here, Renaissance Coliseum on Friday night, and you can watch that one live for free on ClutchSportsIL.com. Joey Wright and John Camosa on the call for that one. But for now, we say so long from Peoria. Want to take a moment to thank our entire crew. John Michael, Gavin Russell on camera, Joey Wright, Josh Schwam working social media, Matt Harrington at the controls, and for my partner, John Camosa, this is Larry Larson saying thank you for watching and good night from Renaissance Coliseum. Rock Island defeats Peoria Manual, and they're moving on to the sectional title game. So long, everybody.